everybody. I have Dr. Stephanie Byerly with me today. How are you doing, Stephanie?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Good. So we are two coaches as well, two doctors and coaches. We share that.
Yes.
Stephanie, sometimes after a coaching session, I have a lot of feelings after because I hear some, traumatic things sometimes that my clients have gone through. I hear sad stories. I see people really frustrated with their lives, and I'm, trying as a coach to give them new perspectives and, tell them that what they're maybe some messages they've heard before are not, it's not a true story, that we can bend that a little bit. How do you handle those, hearing those tough stories, just the emotions involved with coaching?
So, I've had some clients that honestly, that after I got off the phone with them, I had to do my own self-coaching because
Yeah.
literally, made me really be in tears. I'm not supposed to
Yes.
get in the pool during the
Yeah.
session and try to
Right.
maintain, that space for your client.
Right.
But there has been some times where it's been pretty tough and I've had to sit down and do my self-coaching and write out my
Sure.
thoughts because some of the stories, as you mentioned, are very overwhelming and painful. But
Yeah.
I guess one of the things that I really try to focus on is that I'm just letting them be themselves and giving them that space, but trying to protect myself at the same time,
Right.
just to be the sounding board for them and to give them a different way maybe to look at it and know that hopefully that they're feeling different about it. I don't as a coach, you don't want to internalize your client's results because that's really totally up to them, but
Right.
just to make sure that I feel like I did what I was supposed to do. So I'll say, could this have gone better? Should I have done something different so that the next time this occurs,
Mhm.
I can be the best coach, for my client.
I love that. So it's like the growth mindset. It's like just kind of reviewing how things went and is there anything to
Yeah.
adjust maybe next time. Yeah. And just acknowledge. And I think, emotions have less power if we just name them and
Yeah.
and just normalize it. Yes. I mean, life is full of emotions, happy, sad, a wide range. All of our days are filled with many
Yeah.
emotions, and just having the tools to name them, I think, is really helpful. And then I love that self-coaching. So that's when you kind of list your thoughts and like what's
Yeah.
real or what's going on up here.
What's
Sure.
going on, because one of the
Yeah.
things that I had to learn going through coach training was
Yeah.
to feel my feelings. I really used to think I thought I felt my
Yeah.
feelings, and then I
Yeah.
really started feeling my feelings. And the great part about it is that your feelings aren't going to kill you. I think a lot of times we try not to feel the negative feelings. So that's when we
Right.
do this, like overeating, over drinking, watching Netflix, etc.
Right.
But if you actually sit with the emotion and let it be for like 5 minutes, it sort of just goes away. Because
Isn't that
then you've
amazing?
sort of said, okay, I see you, emotion. Thank you. I
Yeah.
know you're here for a reason. I'm going to let myself feel it. And then I'm going to move on. And then when you learn that you can actually feel your feelings, it's pretty powerful actually, because then you
Right?
realize they really don't have that much control over you unless you
Yeah.
let them.
I think
Yes.
that's true. Yeah. A lot of people
Yeah.
think of it like a closet. They don't want to open the door. They're afraid like everything's going to
Yeah.
fall out. You're like, no, just,
Yes.
I love some of the coaching books I read that suggest, just get used to it by writing maybe 3 feelings, write it down on a piece of paper, what you're feeling 3 times a day, just so you
Yeah.
start to have more insight and you can name it and you start to get the language and the practice. And then you realize, yeah, they come and go.
They come
I
and
think of
go.
them
They're like
sometimes like,
clouds.
yeah, they're like clouds. They're like those koi fish. I think of them. You're like, just float by. There they
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, and it's okay. And guess what? That means you're human. Like we're
Right.
supposed to have, if we have, well, gosh, can you have 40 to 60,000 thoughts a day? When I think about that, that seems insane. And we don't even really know that we're having all those thoughts.
I
Obviously,
know
our
it's
brain always wants to go to the negative ones.
right.
Half of them are negative and half are positive. But that's
Right.
being human. It's just we don't want to get stuck in the negative.
Yeah. And I think there's not like an emotions course that a lot of people have taken. So you kind of learn maybe how to do it or how to avoid it or,
Yes.
so I think it's
Yes.
nice just to normalize, like list it, like you said, write down if it seems like there's a lot of emotions, I'm not sure, writing is really a neat tool,
Yeah.
I think, to get the brain to kind of tell you really what's going on, the full
Yeah.
story. Yeah. Well,
And I think
wonderful.
the one thing I would love to say
Yeah.
is that what we what really coaching really helps with is realizing that when you have an emotion, there's a space between you having that emotion and the way that you react. And
So
that's one
true.
of the things that coaching is transformational about, is to realize that we have a thought about something, it causes an emotion, we act a certain way and we get a certain result. There's
Right.
that space and there's time to say, okay, I'm not letting that emotion take me down this path because I don't want that result.
Right. I love that. Yeah. It's time to slow down the amygdala and turn on the prefrontal cortex. Yeah. Turn on
Yes,
your higher level thinking. Yeah, that's right. Yes.
yes,
100%.
absolutely.
Well,
Yes.
thank you for sharing all these gems. I do appreciate it.
Thank
And we'll
you.
put it in the show notes where everybody can find you. But if they want to work
Awesome.
with you, they can reach out on your website. Is that the
Yes,
best?
please do at physicianhealer.com and go to the book online and they can book a complimentary 45-minute session.
So
And
nice.
also, when they do book online, I do send you my 5-day journal to your email. And that is sort of the beginning of realizing what your thoughts are doing. And it is
Nice.
pretty much the way to start the healing process for anything that you're going through. So,
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thanks for all that
yeah.
you do. I love that you're supporting people in tough places.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Have a great day.